You're watching KOIN 6 News at 6, watching out for you.
Police are still looking for the man who walked into a bar and stabbed an off-duty firefighter near Providence Park last night. Welcome to KOIN 6 News. I'm Jacqueline Abad. Now, detectives say the two men didn't know each other, and the bar owner said the man had come in and threatened people earlier in the week. Our Jennifer Dowling is live outside the bar with those details. Jennifer, what did the bar owner tell you?
Well, Jacqueline, this all happened at around 8 o'clock right here on Southwest Morrison and Burnside last night. The bar owner says it was a scary situation. Police are giving us our first look of the man that they say is responsible tonight. The owner says that he walked into the bar, did not know the firefighter, and basically came in and started a confrontation. Portland police released a picture of the man earlier this afternoon. Witnesses said that when he walked into the Burnside entrance near the bus stop, he immediately walked up to a group that was sitting by the window. The owner of the bar, Gary Jondal, says people were celebrating a woman's birthday party, so there were quite a few people in the area at the time. The suspect immediately said something to the firefighters group. He stood up and a scuffle ensued. Now, Gary said it looked like the suspect was punching the man in the stomach, but he actually stabbed him and then quickly ran out the door. Gary says the suspect was kicked out previously from the bar after walking in with a bag of Taco Bell. This was the day before the stabbing, and then he refused to leave during that incident, refused to show his ID, and he threatened people. He eventually got kicked out. As for the stabbing, Gary says it happened so fast, people did not even realize the firefighter was injured at first.
Well, he didn't even realize, I don't think, that he had been stabbed. I think the adrenaline was flowing so fast that he sat down again and then went to the bathroom and realized he was bleeding.
And police told us this afternoon that the firefighter was treated and is recovering at home. Police say the suspect is in his mid-20s with dark hair and olive skin. He has an athletic build. He weighs around 170 pounds and is about 5'4" to 5 feet 8 inches tall. Portland Fire and Rescue also released a statement tonight saying that they're grateful for the first responders who assisted after the stabbing. If you know who the man is, make sure to contact Portland Police. Back to you, Jacqueline.
Thank you, Jennifer. We'll continue to follow that story. And now in Clark County, a Clark County SWAT team was called out to a house in Vancouver this morning. Police received a disturbance call on Northeast Powers about a female victim. A man had barricaded himself inside and wouldn't respond to police. So they tried to make contact through phone and over a PA system, but they were unsuccessful. SWAT was called in and a SWAT warrant was obtained. Now, the man did surrender and was arrested. He's charged with assault, domestic violence, and felony harassment. This investigation is still ongoing. The relationship between the man and the woman is still unknown at this time. New budget projections has left the I-5 improvement project in the Rose Quarter on shaky ground. The project is planned to reduce congestions and increase safety along the section of the highway. However, new projections made by the Oregon Transportation Commission raise costs from $500 million to $795 million. The commission also wants to delay an environmental impact study while it discusses new plans with local Portland officials. We first found out about this story from our media partners at Portland Tribune. You can read much more on this online at KOIN.com. Now let's turn it over now to weather with our meteorologist Joseph Dames. It was a beautiful day today. Sunshine, blue skies. Can we expect this later on this week?
Probably not.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately we'll probably see some clouds and some rain. 52 degrees today. How about that? It was really nice outside. In fact, we had some lower 60s for the Oregon coast. So just about each location along the Oregon coast and through the valley was at least at 50 degrees and above. That Arctic air is finally out of here, although we had some chilly spots. The Dalles at 40 and Pendleton at 40 and Baker City at 40. But notice that we had some pretty mild temperatures up and down the Willamette Valley. PDX's normal high right around now is 47 degrees. Right now we're at 45. We do have some clouds out there. Those clouds rolled in this evening. Southeast breeze about 10 to 11 miles per hour here in Portland, not to be exact or anything. We have some cloud coverage off to the west, some rain showers there up towards Vancouver Island. If we do see any rain over the next 24 hours, it will likely be for the Oregon coast, but I can't rule out maybe some light drizzle tomorrow. No measurable rain for us in Portland today. That's only the second time this month that we haven't seen measurable rain. Okay, I do have a wet forecast, though, and some more clouds. We'll talk about that coming up in my extended forecast.
Okay, thank you, Joseph. And with all this winter weather heading our way, you can make sure to stay up to date with Portland's most accurate forecast by downloading the PDX weather app. One man is dead after he crashed on a motorcycle at Northeast Sandy and 65th. Portland police say the man was 50 years old from Gresham, but have not released a name. Investigators said that speed was a factor when the motorcycle collided with the car at the intersection. Witnesses say the motorcyclist was passing vehicles in the oncoming lanes before the crash happened. A pedestrian was also killed last night. This from a crash on I-5 near Woodburn. Now, the male pedestrian was struck near milepost 271. That's just south of the exit for the Newburgh Highway. Oregon State Police reported that the crash happened just before 10:30 last night. It closed down I-5 in the area. Last night, a Portland police car was involved in a crash. This happened at the intersection of Southeast Holgate and Milwaukee. The car was in the middle of transporting a person in custody to jail at the time of the crash. That person had to be taken to the hospital, and we're still working to learn the condition of that person, as well as if there were any other injuries from that crash. A farmhouse in Yamhill County was destroyed in a fire last night. This happened along Southeast Doopy Valley Road. Fire crews from Sheridan, Southwest Polk, and West Valley all had to be called to help battle those flames. They were able to put out the fire. One person was medically treated at the scene, but authorities say it wasn't related to the fire. A special election is needed to fill the seat left by Commissioner Nick Fish's passing. We sat down with two women in the running for the position. Robin Castro and Diana Gutman are passionate about this position of City Commissioner 2. Both of them are excited about the opportunity to work with the public of Portland. Robin Castro is a transplant from southern Wisconsin who's been living here in Portland for the last few years, finishing school, looking for an opportunity that is a perfect fit. Castro refers to herself as a working class citizen, and she relies on transit and is familiar with living paycheck to paycheck.
I definitely understand what city residents are going through and the daily struggles that they face. The reason why I think that people in Portland should vote for me is because I am a clear reflection of new progressive movement that's sweeping the country.
And then there's Diana Gutman, a veteran who's active in city council meetings. Gutman says she knew and enjoyed learning from Nick Fish. Gutman spoke about her desire to build on those relationships that Nick Fish left behind, and also how her Indigenous background plays into her love of the land and its people.
This position would allow me to do all the things that I'm already passionate about and give me the opportunity to do so much more, to really advocate for our wildlife, to advocate for our land, to advocate for the people. And I take that responsibility very seriously.
That special city council election is expected to take place in May. New details in the fire that damaged several classrooms at Beaverton High School yesterday. It was caused by the failure of a small refrigerator inside the adjoining classrooms. There's no estimate yet on how much damage was caused by the accidental fire. Students, parents, and staff will be notified by the Beaverton School District about when classes will be able to resume. The school is thankful to the fire and rescue service members that responded. TriMet will be running regular train service on Martin Luther King Day. That means the MAX, Streetcar, and West Commuter are on weekday schedules. On the other hand, most buses will also run weekday schedules, but a few will be scaled down to Saturday schedules, so make sure to check on that. A select few routes will be canceled for the day. Monday is also recognized as a holiday here in Portland, meaning parking will be free downtown all day long. Parkrose High School football coach Keenan Lowe was honored at the Walter Camp Foundation Awards. Lowe was the recipient of the American Hero Award. You'll remember, back in May, Lowe wrestled away a gun from a student and held on to him to prevent a possible shooting. The annual blessing of the Columbia River took place today. The ceremony, conducted by the Holy Apostles Orthodox Church, commemorates the Orthodox celebration of Epiphany. That marks the baptism of Jesus Christ in the River of Jordan nearly 2,000 years ago.
We are recognizing that our Lord has entered into this world and that everything in it is now holy. So that means we're called to take care of it, to cherish it, to work with it, and to use it for what it was originally intended for, and that's for the blessing and glory of God.
At the event, a wooden cross was tossed into the river to bless the waters. You can see it right there in the video. This was the 10th year that the Holy Apostles Church has been performing the annual blessings of the river. And coming up on KOIN 6 News, some of the most passionate soccer fans in America are right here in Portland. That goes true for the supporters of the Thorns as well. It's part of a new documentary. We'll have more on that coming up next.